Oh, all right.
All speakers. BtoThe3rdPower is looking for impactful and innovative speakers, trainers, and business owners to take part in the BtoThe3rdPower Speaker Series. Beginning in March, we will feature and hear from a new speaker each month, highlighting their expertise. For more information, email us at BtoThe3rdPower@gmail.com. That's BtoThe3rdPower@gmail.com. Don't miss this opportunity to make your ripple effect in the global community.
Welcome to BtoThe3rdPower here on UrbanStyleMedia.com. I am T. Lynn Tate.
And I'm Sherry Cook.
And we are your lovely hosts for this next hour. We do apologize if you were watching us a few minutes ago. We did have some technical difficulties that kind of took us out the game, but we're back.
It happens, right?
It happens.
It happens.
It certainly does.
But it's all good because we were having a good conversation.
Absolutely.
And, you know, the glitch came in, but guess what? We'll just go ahead and pick back up.
It's just called a redo.
Right. We'll go ahead and redo that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like I was saying, I picked him up from school and...
They don't know that.
So I rode down the Eastern Shore to pick up my son from school and to enjoy his spring break this week.
Yep.
And I'll be headed back down there next Sunday to drop him off.
Okay.
And yeah, my daughter didn't come home this year for spring break because she's an RA supervisor on campus.
Okay.
So she couldn't come home. I think she enjoyed her spring break. I guess she doesn't call much.
No, so that means she like her school. There's nothing wrong with that.
Call much.
Yeah.
But like I was saying, hopefully I was telling the boy, if he doesn't come home, I need to turn his room into a closet. So I'd like to, if there are any closet organizers out there or organizers at all.
He didn't say he wasn't coming home yet. You can't solicit help to turn his room into a closet and he didn't say he not coming home yet. I got your back, Brandon. I got you.
He said he wants to stay at Graham's.
You said that
Well,
he didn't know.
He doesn't know. I mean, Graham might not go for it.
You trying to plant the seed.
For real, Graham.
You want that closet so bad.
I want the closet.
She want the closet so bad. She's planting the seed.
I want the closet, though.
No.
I need it.
No.
Ask Dale.
No.
I need it.
Got your back, Brandon?
Bad.
No.
Okay, well, then we can get a bigger house.
I like that one.
Okay,
yes.
Then the bigger house then. Whichever one works, right?
Oh, man.
So what did you do this weekend?
I had a fantastic week and weekend, honestly. At the end of last week, to start my weekend, I actually got a chance to sit down with the SBDC down in La Plata, the Small Business Development Center.
Okay.
So I got a chance to talk to them. Great source of information. I'm telling you guys, look up the Small Business Development Centers in your area. I know that we have, I believe it's at least 4, maybe a couple more in the state of Maryland. Great source of information if you're business owners and entrepreneurs. Great place where if you're doing checks and balances or you're just starting your business to go get free. What did I say?
Free.
Free.
F-R-E-E. Free.
What's that commercial that spells out free all the time? Free. Yeah. So free service where you can go get a consult and guidance with your business matters. Whether you're already established in business and you're trying to rev up and get new, you're increasing your clientele and in your business income, or if you're just starting out and you need assistance with making sure you're setting up your business properly, great source, free source of information to tap into. So I would recommend you look up the Small Business Development Center in your area. Matter of fact, remember Omar Muhammad that came and visited with us? He was the one that told me about the service. And so I was like, let me check that out because I want to be successful in business. I want to make sure that my business is properly set up because that's somewhere that small businesses sometimes fail at. You don't have your stuff in order and you haven't sat down with anyone to put all the pieces together. And let me tell you, I was like, wow, because so many times you get bits and pieces from different places, right? But they help you bring it all together to make sure it's there. So I had a great time with that. I attended a prep for it's called a pitch fest. So I did that, and so I got to hear some small businesses pitch and inventors pitch their products and their businesses for a competition that's coming up, which was so much fun.
Oh,
Basically,
wow. I would have
Shark Tank.
loved that.
Yeah, a
That
miniature Shark
sounds
Tank.
like fun.
It was so impromptu, but I'm so glad that I went. It was great having the experience and seeing
Yeah.
people, what they go through to pitch their businesses. And if I'm not mistaken, another helpful hint for all our small businesses and entrepreneurs out there, I heard recently that Shark Tank for ABC is actually casting now.
Okay.
So I'm not sure when the casting call ends, but if you're a small business owner and you're ready to rock and ready to pitch your business, let me tell you, go to ABC. I know that sounds crazy because we're promoting them, but I want people to get the opportunity. You
We
know
don't
what I
have
mean?
Shark Tank money, so promote
Right.
on.
So
Don't
go
come
to
here looking for it.
abc.com and look up Shark Tank. Go to their webpage and see when that casting call's in, because if I'm not mistaken, the casting call is here in the DMV.
Oh, wow.
So that's even more of a push. If you're in the DMV area, go check them out. If you're ready to rock and roll, you might be the next person that we see that gets an opportunity to get your investor.
Awesome. And it's starting a business. I know a lot of people go into it overwhelmed,
Yes.
uneducated,
Yep.
and really not sure what to do.
Exactly.
But guess what? They think they know it all.
Exactly.
And see what happens, and then they end up failing because they haven't been able to get through those barriers.
Exactly.
Right?
And or they're
that's what
taking
small
ill
business will help you
advice
with.
for people that
That
haven't
don't know.
Right. And so
Yeah.
sometimes you have to have checks and balances, and some people tell you part of the story but not all of it. And then you wonder why you're owing taxes on your business, or you
Right.
wondering why you didn't have the proper licensing up and running because people gave you the information
right.
that they've been running off of and they
Yeah.
haven't set it up properly.
And like we were saying about when we had a young lady on that was talking to us about the intellectual property.
Yes.
There are a lot of people out here that have brilliant ideas, right? But don't know what to do with that idea. They have crazy, ridiculous talents and skills, and they don't know what to do with it. If you want to build it into a brand and make it work for you, you need to sit down and talk to somebody.
Yes, absolutely.
Don't waste your time, your money, and your effort trying to make it work in your head, because it's not going to work.
Yeah.
You have to get with somebody
and,
that
and
can.
you need to know, because like one of the people that was pitching, she had a brilliant idea, and I think she said she was working on trying to get it patent. But I was looking and I was like, this is such a great idea and so risky. If you're going to a pitch fest and you're pitching something that you haven't gotten covered, or at least in the process,
That's
or
right.
where it can say I've submitted my application for patent, boy, don't you pitch them products.
Don't you pitch it? Yeah. Because somebody that has it, and so has the wit, the know-how, and the money,
Yes.
they're going to grab it.
Very much so.
Yeah. But that
Exactly.
sounds like a really interesting, I would love to attend an event like that.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to take you
Yeah,
the next time I go.
that sounds
Because I
nice.
plan to continue doing stuff like that, because you never know when it might come in handy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then, so my weekend led me into the rest of my weekend, which was celebrating my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So I did some family dinner, and my boo thing took me to the movies.
Movie.
Yeah. So
And movie theaters are awesome now. Can I say that?
They are.
Aren't
It's
they?
like sitting in theater. You don't have to worry about
so
somebody
much
hitting
better.
your way.
And I'm not a movie goer, but when I go now, I do enjoy it. It's not as crowded. It's not, the seats aren't as small. It's just really
Comfortable.
enjoyable. Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen people now where they're literally taking their blankets to the movie theater. And I was like, wow, you're like really making this your home.
Right.
I wish I could get bold enough to do that. Because, don't get me wrong, I've said there and I might put my coat on me, but bringing my other stuff into the public,
Right.
it's like that's going to automatically go right in
in
the
trash.
dirty clothes. Yeah. Yeah. You know how that goes. But great weekend overall.
Right.
Great weekend overall. I'm so glad that Brandon's home for the week.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
babe.
I
It
feel
looks like he'll do another year. So it looks like he won't come out until 2020.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he's on the 5-year program.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
Some
So
people do that.
it's all good. I told him as long as he's focused and, and everything, I'm fine with that.
Awesome.
So, yeah. So Brittany will be graduating in May.
Yay. But that's great for you because now you don't have to worry about their graduations being on the same day.
Right.
You being split between 2 states.
Yeah, and that was my biggest fear, especially when they decided to split and go 2 separate ways. One in North Carolina, one in Maryland. I was like, no.
But I love that because it shows that they're twins, but they still have their own individual personality.
Definitely.
So I absolutely love that.
Definitely. I'll have to tell you guys a story on how they did that at another time because it was so my fault. But yeah.
At least you took the blame for it.
I did. It's my fault.
But it's time for us to take a quick break. We're going to come back with more conversation on the other side of this break because today is Q&A with T. Lynn and Sherry.
Q&A.
Yes. So go get your snack, take your break, get your water, your something good to drink. Meet us on the other side of this break. This is BtoThe3rdPower here on UrbanStyleMedia.com.
Calling all speakers. BtoThe3rdPower is looking for impactful and innovative speakers, trainers, and business owners to take part in the BtoThe3rdPower Speaker Series. Beginning in March, we will feature and hear from a new speaker each month, highlighting their expertise. For more information, email us at BtoThe3rdPower@gmail.com. That's BtoThe3rdPower@gmail.com. Don't miss this opportunity to make your ripple effect in the global community. Elegant 3 Travels presents a summer escape. Join us as we set sail on a 7-night exotic Western Caribbean cruise, July 27th through August the 3rd, 2019, on the Carnival Conquest. Ports include the Grand Cayman Islands, Mahogany Bay, Belize, and Cozumel. For more information, contact Elegant 3 Travels at 240-816-0590. Reserve your suite today and don't miss this exotic Western Caribbean vacation. Global Executive Staffing provides top-level executive staffing to federal and private sector companies globally at the most competitive price. They are experts in coordinating and expediting projects from design to development. Global Executive Staffing is a Department of Veterans Affairs, Center for Veterans, certified service-disabled veteran-owned small business. To connect with Global Executive Staffing, go to www.gestaff.com.
Welcome back to BtoThe3rdPower with Sherry.
And T. Lynn.
We are here on this beautiful, awesome Monday. I'm so glad the weather is breaking.
Man, is it really broke though, Sherry?
Listen, it's a lot better than it has been, but I'm really looking forward to, the upcoming weeks. I'm not going to complain. I'm serious. I'm not going to complain.
I see the excitement in your face.
I'm not going to complain.
But I was not thrilled when I woke up to 40-degree weather when we just had like 60, 70-degree weather.
I get it, but there's less cold days ahead of us than we're looking forward to more warm weather.
You're right. I need to adjust my perspective
Right.
to the glass is half full.
That's right, exactly. So we have less days of cold weather ahead of us than we do. You know what I mean? So
Yes,
it's listen, we're coming to the end.
You're right.
Right?
But then comes allergy season. So
Yeah, that
the
comes.
warm weather comes.
I don't mind. I'll take my allergies.
Do you have allergies?
Yeah, I'll have my eye drops and Flonase.
Okay, so when
Yeah.
you see us coming in here with swollen eyes and we got that tissue and that runny nose and got to take a break every 5 minutes, you know why.
Right. Sipping
that
on water,
allergy
trying to
season.
clear our throat. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's like after you hit 40, everything goes wrong. So, yeah.
We don't want to talk about it. It's like you turn 40 and your body starts to feel like it betrays you. And I know that's probably not what happens, but it's like as you get older, your body makes adjustment. I tell my clients that all the time. When you get older, your body has different needs. So what you did in your 20s is not necessarily what you can do in your 30s or your 40s.
Or your 40s.
Yeah, no, it's not. So you definitely have to make the adjustment.
Yeah, you definitely do. And it seems like after I turned like 35, I was diagnosed with asthma and
Wow.
right. Who does that?
Yeah.
So, but I'm definitely looking forward to the warmer weather because I don't wear coats, so it's really hard for me.
I'm not mad. It's
I
like
can't wear a coat. For me to have on a coat, it has to be extremely cold outside.
But you know what's
Extremely.
a great way, especially for women, to avoid wearing coats? The wraps. Those
Yeah.
wraps are just
wear a wrap.
beautiful.
Layer up and wear a
And
wrap.
wear a wrap.
and
Oh
you're
my
good.
gosh,
Yeah.
yes. And then you're stylish and
I
you're
promise
nice and
you
toasty
will
and
not
warm.
be the next person next to you with a great big bulky coat. He's still gonna be cold.
Exactly.
He's still gonna be cold.
Exactly.
So
it's awesome. It's an awesome time because now we're celebrating Women's Month.
Yes, we
National
are.
Women's Month. And high five.
High five.
Yeah, it's all about us
because
this month.
we're awesome.
Yeah, we're awesome.
Aren't
wait a
we
minute.
awesome, guys?
Really? They gave us the sauna treatment with the
We got a salad. This is what we
Yeah.
got.
and the
We'll talk to them about that later.
right.
Girl power.
All the way.
So.
Wait a minute. Yeah, there you go.
Woohoo! That's right, Karen.
Yes,
But we have a lot of things coming up for this month.
we do.
And what do you want to talk about first?
So let's talk about the event that we're participating in.
Okay.
The Voice of Class Act, which is coming up on March the 31st. Yes, see, I do remember. Here at the studio, Urban Style Media Studios. We would love to have you come out and join us. What time is that going to be? Do you remember?
2 to 5.
2 to 5 p.m. here at Urban Style Media. There are going to be a lot of different women here that are making an impact.
Women in leadership.
Yep, women in leadership that are making a difference and an impact in the community. Women in leadership, women in ministry, I believe
Ministry,
it
media.
is. Media, women in media. Woo, woo, that's us.
And ministry and
It's-
there are a
it's
couple other categories.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But you want to make sure you check us out because we'll be a part of it.
Yes,
and
we
there will
will.
be some other great women representing as well. Again, here at
But
Urban
you know
Style
what?
Media
And
Studios.
just to tag on a little bit, I want to encourage people that we do this show for the community. Right. So we do this because we want to keep you guys motivated, right? Like Keon Works. We want to keep you motivated.
Yep.
So when we talk to you about coming out to events like this, it's not always for the person or the women that are just doing things in the community, right? Because we want to encourage the next sister.
Yep.
We want to keep her encouraged and keep her motivated. So if you want to come out to the event and if you feel like, listen, it's just regular old me, you know what I mean? Like I'm just regular old me. If you just want to come out to the event and be around positive women in leadership, women who are making moves in the community, if you just want to be around, come on out.
Yeah, come out.
Yeah, just come on. It's free.
Yeah.
Come on out so that you can network with positive women because it's all about pulling each other up.
Yes.
It's all about making sure that we take each other to that next level or help each other get to that next level.
Right.
Not that I can take you with me, but we're going to
Right.
help you get to that next level. So we're not excluding you. Please don't think that. You can definitely come out. It's free, 2 to 5, March 31st.
Absolutely. And I think something that you said that is great is that you don't have to already feel like you've arrived to be a part of this. I think that's very important because sometimes we've talked about this on previous shows and episodes and where sometimes you just have to change your environment.
You do.
Sometimes you have to take a step outside of your comfort zone
do.
and get amongst the very
You
people
do.
that are doing what you want to do and where you want to be. It's not about you already being there. It's about you getting amongst those people so that you can begin to learn what it takes to be there and to get to where
That's
they
right.
are.
That's right.
And ultimately, if you really want to know the truth about it, we should always be looking to do better.
That's right.
Not in a negative way, like in a competition way, but you want to take what you've learned and then adapt it to you and who you are and your authentic self, and go further beyond.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So you want to change your environment. So it's not just for people that have arrived. It's people that are aspiring to be and move from where you are to a greater place.
Yeah, definitely. Because I don't consider myself as arrived. I really don't. I feel like I'm growing. I definitely am growing in my passion and what I love to do. And I didn't know what I love to do, and I didn't know how to channel it and where to take it until I started to change my environment.
Yeah.
Until I started to change the people that I was talking to. And not until I did that and just stepped out there and just started attending things.
Right.
You know, and I didn't even know that after even attending things after like a year, people would see me in places of power.
And they
would recognize me,
Yeah.
and I would be like, "Wow, little old me!" Like, how do they recognize little old me? You know, but because I stayed consistent and because I became true to my passion and what I really wanted to do, you know, it started to show, and that's what you have to do, ladies. This is Women's History Month, and if you want to make your presence known, your mark, your legacy, your purpose, your touch on life, or whatever you want to call it, you have to make your presence known, and you just have to step out there and do it.
Right.
And if that means coming out to see what we're all about here at Urban Style Media, come on out and see what we're all about at Urban Style Media.
Yeah, we would love to have you.
Yeah, definitely. So we have another event that's coming up, and well, it's not really an event. No.
It's something that we want to do in honor of Women's Month.
Yeah.
We would like to offer up the opportunity for you to submit and
makeover.
nominate the
Yeah.
women that you feel are making big moves and are making a valuable impact in the community. That's what we want.
Impact.
We want the people that the women. We want you to nominate the women or the woman that you feel is making a valuable impact in the community. And once you nominate them, the winner will receive
an awesome makeover.
Yes.
I often get compliments on my hair. So the young lady who does my hair, she's offered her services, and she's also going to give you a complete makeover.
Love it.
Yes, and I'm telling you, it's definitely worth it. And I'm really just looking forward to the nominations that come in.
Absolutely.
I think that it will be good to go up until like the 29th of the month, and we'll make the announcement on our very first April the 1st show.
Yes. So
April
we'll
the
announce
1st.
the winner on our April 1st show. But you
April
know what? I
1st
don't
show.
want to call it a makeover.
Okay.
I want to call it a pamper me session. You know why? Because sometimes people don't need to necessarily be made over. They just need a little pampering, right?
Yeah.
And if they're already making moves, again, we just want to pamper you. So we
Right.
want to submit you for your valuable work that you're doing in the community. We want to honor you with a pamper me
session. And I think if you guys don't overthink it, okay?
No.
Don't overthink it, and don't nominate someone no, I shouldn't say that. I was going to say no. I won't say that. So
I don't even know what she was thinking.
I'll
but
tell
we'll
you.
leave it there.
Yeah, I'll tell
Okay.
you. But yeah, you want to nominate someone, mom, a leader in the community. Moms are always good.
Moms are always great.
Because moms always need recognition.
They
a lot
do.
of times that's a job that does not get noticed. And so we're looking for moms, leaders,
Yep.
anybody that is making a positive, valuable impact on the community. You can
Yes.
send it through an email at BtoThe3rdPower@gmail.com. Again, that's
Yes.
B, the letter B, 3RD, power@gmail.com.
Yes.
or you can go ahead and send it to us on Facebook, on our Facebook page at BtoThe3rdPower. Put the nominations up right there online, and we'll review those, and we'll definitely get back to you with a winner.
Absolutely.
I'm really
April
excited.
1st. Nominate your women.
Yes.
Honor them with a Paper Me session.
Yes, yes. And some other little gifts will be thrown in there, but yeah. Yeah.
Definitely. I love that, though. I'm
Yeah.
glad we came up with that idea.
Because we rock.
Because we rock.
We
We're
rock.
women making a positive impact
We
in
rock.
the community. Yeah.
So, yeah, let's see if we can go ahead and, let's go ahead and take a break.
Yeah, do that.
And then I can tell you what I was going to say.
I'm looking forward to what she was going to say.
I know, because sometimes I'm just too real, and I just had to hold that back, so.
She's having a very authentic moment.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back on the other side. Again, this is BtoThe3rdPower here on Urban Style Media. Come on back to see what we're going to talk about next. We got something good to talk about next.
Calling all speakers. BtoThe3rdPower is looking for impactful and innovative speakers, trainers, and business owners to take part in the BtoThe3rdPower Speaker Series. Beginning in March, we will feature and hear from a new speaker each month, highlighting their expertise. For more information, email us at BtoThe3rdPower@gmail.com. That's B3RDPower@gmail.com. Don't miss this opportunity to make your ripple effect in the global community. Elegant 3 Travels presents a summer escape. Join us as we set sail on a 7-night exotic Western Caribbean cruise, July 27th through August the 3rd, 2019, on the Carnival Conquest. Ports include the Grand Cayman Islands, Mahogany Bay, Belize, and Cozumel. For more information, contact Elegant 3 Travels at 240-816-0590. Reserve your suite today and don't miss this exotic Western Caribbean vacation. Global Executive Staffing provides top-level executive staffing to federal and private sector companies globally at the most competitive price. They are experts in coordinating and expediting projects from design to development. Global Executive Staffing is a Department of Veterans Affairs, Center for Veterans, certified service-disabled veteran-owned small business. To connect with Global Executive Staffing, go to www.gestaff.com.
We're back here on Urban Style Media. This Monday we have a Q&A with T. Lynn and Sherry because who else to ask, right? But us, right? I think we do it better than anybody else.
I love it.
You remember Dear Ann Landers?
No, I remember
That's right, because you're not from the DMV.
No.
Right, okay. So in the Washington Post, we used to have Ann Landers. And it was Dear Ann Landers. And people would write in, and Ann would answer their questions. And I used to read Ann Landers as a kid, and I would go back and talk to my grandmother, and I'd be like, you know what, Nana? I think that if she doesn't like her husband anymore, then she needs to divorce him. You know, like that's what I would read the Dear Ann Landers question, and I would just go sit there and talk to Nana about or sometimes she would see something, or Mommy would see something that I needed to read, you know. And, but I loved Dear Ann Landers. So Dear Sherry. I don't know if that sounds right, though.
We could call you Dear Sherry.
Anyway, so we were looking on Facebook and a couple other things, and we were trying to find out some topics to discuss. And one of the things that came across my timeline were, how do you feel about disciplining your children in public? And you have a little one, so I mean, like, what did you do? What do you do?
So, let me just say, I got to take my time with this one. I got to take my time with this one. I think that it is unfair that you're not allowed to discipline, or that you're frowned upon for disciplining your child in public. Let me tell you why. When we were coming up, our parents, it seemed extreme sometimes, but they were lessons that carried on. So our parents would discipline us, whether you was in public, at home, in church, no matter where you were, you got disciplined. I remember my grandmother used to carry a switch to church, and that taught us to sit there and be quiet in church.
Sat down.
Yes, you sit there and you don't move and you be quiet, right? And so then I also recall that and this is sketchy, but I'm just saying, it's old school stuff. Like, your neighbors were just as involved. When they say it took a village, yeah, you would get in.
Miss Matthews, Miss Richardson, everybody.
There you go. And the village really did look out for your kids. And it made us aware of what we was and was not supposed to do. And it helped us stay in line, right? But I feel like now we're at a point where you're scared to discipline your kids. And I'm not, listen, there's a difference between disciplining your child and abusing your child.
Totally.
I'm not talking about abuse. I'm talking about just disciplining your child.
Totally.
And now we have a generation, no disrespect to our kids, I love them. But now we have a generation of children that feel like they're entitled. And not only that, they're very disrespectful. I would not be on a train, even if I did use curse words. I would not be on a train cussing in front of a bunch of adults.
Never.
Like I'm grown, or none of that. Nowadays, I hate riding the metro.
I got you.
I hate riding the metro.
I'm going to catch a case.
They're disrespectful. They don't care. They cuss. They do all kind of disrespectful things, that valuable lessons that we learn. You know why? Because our parents were able to discipline us. Now it's your kids feel like they can call 911 on them if you spank their tail. Again, not abusing them, but spanking their tail, or there are some parents that don't care. But it's like now I'm in the store and my son get to acting a fool, and I'm like thinking twice about whether or not I'm going to discipline him right there in public. And I've gotten to the point where I don't care. No, you're not going to be disrespectful. You're not going to talk to me any kind of way. If I said don't pick up something, then I mean don't pick up something, period. Don't just go around touching stuff. No, I have a problem with not being able to discipline you. That's how I feel about it. I feel like it's something that's leading to a generation that...
Well, that's why we are where we are now, with a bunch of unruly, no-filter generation.
Yes.
That's exactly why we are where we are now, because the law came in and decided that everything was abuse.
Yeah.
And I don't think that everything is abuse. There is a fine line. There's a fine line between discipline and abuse. I do believe that. But I also would like for parents to know your child. You have to know your child. You have to know what works for your child. And a punishment may work for one child where a punishment won't work for another child. A quick discipline of a paddle might work for one child where it may not work for another child.
And you have to know that.
And you have to know your child. So,
like, I know my kid, he's afraid. Not afraid, but the last thing he wants you to do is pop him.
Right.
So honestly, I could pop his hand and be like, didn't I tell you not to do that? And he'll be looking, and he might give you the fake boohoo tears. But if I say I'm getting ready to take your iPad for a month, you won't be able to do it. It melts him like butter.
And I also think that where we've lost a lot of our children as far as discipline and morals and values is concerned comes from very, very young. Because children come in to our lives like little sponges. Right? So in those first 3 or 4 years, whatever you ingrain in them in those first 3 or 4 years is what they kind of build on, right? So if you have this unruly 3-year-old and you think that everything that this 3-year-old is doing is funny, is cute, and if you have this 3-year-old that's talking back to you, then guess what's going to happen? It's just going to get worse. And then parents don't know how to adjust it as they get older, because now they're embarrassed, right? Because they've gotten older. And now the parents don't know how to get it under wraps. Well, guess what? Because now little Deontay is going to school, and now he's telling the teacher where the teacher can go because he's telling you where you can go.
Exactly.
And even if he's not telling you where you can go, he's not listening to you because he doesn't take you seriously, because for the first 3 years of his life, you laughed at him.
Exactly.
And you thought that everything was cute and everything was funny. So you didn't give him any structure and you didn't give him any discipline. So then he grows up to be this little monster.
Yep.
Right? So it starts very, very young. It's a lot of different components with that, and the same with grandma. If grandma never steps up to the plate to address any of his behaviors, then guess what? When he goes over to grandma's house, he's a wild little Banshee Indian. So he knows that, okay, so as soon as I get from in front of my mom, right, I can go over grandma's house, and I can probably go over to auntie's house and get away with it too.
Right.
But guess what? I don't like auntie because auntie will tell me no, but grandma won't. So guess what? So now he's confused. He doesn't really know how to play this thing yet. He really doesn't have a grasp. I gotta figure this line out, right? So since he can't figure this line out, he just wows out wherever he can. And that's why you have that no filter generation, because then they get to school and they continue to act out what they don't have at home, and that's no structure.
Yep.
Right? So it's a lot to it. And that's why, the younger parents are, the harder it is for us to get that grip on them, to have that structure and that discipline.
Right.
And I know with my children, I was very determined to make sure that they were not those Banshee little Indians. That's what little Banshee little Indian. But
What is a
I have
Banshee
I
Indian?
don't know. They used to say that. I don't know. I think it's like a slur, but I'm not sure. But
We apologize.
I
if Banshee
apologize.
Indian
But you little
offends
Banshee little
anybody.
Indian. But it wasn't like that. I think because it's like rah rah rah, but it wasn't. It's not anything bad. But so yeah, if you're running around and you're just if you're not giving them that early, then that's what you get. You should be able to take your 3-year-old out to dinner, and your 3-year-old should not be walking all over the seat.
No.
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 They don't walk all over seats.
No.
You know what I mean? Like there's a no, there's a sit down, and there's a no. If they do that, you need to show them when you start walking along the seat, we're leaving. Okay? As a matter of fact, we're leaving, and anything that you have left over on your plate, we're not even taking it with us. We're leaving. Yeah, because you have to let them know that there are consequences for their behavior.
Yeah.
And when you don't give them consequences for their behavior, then you have to end up doing this huge discipline. And for real, you really don't have to.
No.
You really don't have to. If you start early and let them know in the beginning,
This is not acceptable.
it's not acceptable. Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing that you're giving right there is so many things they're allowed to do without any consequences. But that's not the real world. There are certain things that if you were to do that in the real world,
You're gonna get
there are some consequences. I always tell my children, life is based on how your life turns out, and how you live your life is based on the choices and decisions you make.
That's right.
And not only that, but to take it a step further, whatever it is that you think you're going to do, count the cost. There is a cost for everything you do.
There's a cost. And as simple as that. There's
Count
a cost,
the cost
for anything you do. And I'm going to drop a little nugget here for you, those with teenagers and preteen. Let your teen know. It takes 60 seconds to mess your life up. It's the first 30 seconds that you thought about it, and it's the last 30 seconds that you acted on it. And in those 30 seconds, in that minute, I know it doesn't seem like a long time, but you remember when you would go to school and they'd be like, come on, girl, let's skip school. And in the back of your mind, you're
like,
saying to yourself, like, nah, I shouldn't even do this.
Right.
But at the same time, you like, yeah, I think I should go ahead and skip school.
Right.
That first 30 seconds that you thought about it, and that last 30 seconds that you acted on it, and as you walked out the door and you realized that you just made the bad decision, you should turn around and go back. So see, it takes 1 minute to do that. Just take 1 minute and stop. Don't let your friends influence you. Block them out. Think about that thing.
Right.
Right? As soon as they say, hey, come on, hit this. It takes you 1 minute. Just take 1 minute. That first 30 seconds that you think about it and that last 30 seconds that you hit it could possibly be that one that's laced with boat that will ruin your life.
Come on now.
Right? So you have to take that time. I promise you, like I tell teenagers all the time, I promise you that minute seems like it's going to be forever. But I promise you that minute will probably save your life.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
a good way to say it.
Yeah. So that's just one of the little nuggets that I drop.
I like that nugget. That's 60 seconds.
Yeah, it takes
that's
60
a great way to
seconds.
break it down.
And
A great way to break
go
it
ahead
down.
and fight with yourself. Go ahead and do it right in front of your friends, whatever. If you even have to excuse yourself and say, "Let me go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick."
Yeah.
You know, let me just really just think. Go in the bathroom. I don't care what you got to do. If you got to throw some water on your face to think about
You
this
like
thing,
do something.
think
Just
about it.
Think about
Come
it.
on out the bathroom and make your decision
Yeah.
after that. Because
I'm telling you, like she said, even if it take you 60 seconds, life is built on the choices and decisions that you make.
right, yeah,
It is.
yeah. And that's when as you're growing, as you're fueling these little sponges as they get older, you know, they hear those types of things that you instill in them about decisions and making sure that you have, you know, the right people around you and making sure that their behavior is on point and everything, that they'll be more aware of those things as they get older.
Yeah.
Right? So when they do something wrong and they're 13 and 15 years old, oh, who you blowing up at? Wait a minute, hold
Right.
up. But you did. Didn't you? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Didn't you decide to stay and watch TV all evening and not
Right.
do your work?
Exactly.
You chose that. So now you tell me what the punishment should be. So now we can have this conversation, you know, and I know people say it sounds cliche-ish, but guess what? Now we can really have this conversation because at 13 and 15, now they know like, okay, there's a consequence for my behavior and yeah, I chose to watch TV, so
Instead of
doing my
yeah,
homework. Right.
accountability.
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 Right. So you don't have to work around whooping and beating.
Nope, it's called accountability.
It's called accountability. I'm all with it though. I mean, if you got whoop 'em, but.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta give a quick sting, honey.
Did I say whoop 'em, whoop 'em?
Yeah, you did. I ain't whooping nobody, but I'm just saying sometimes you just
Not with
gotta
the hand.
sting them real good.
Did you just take your belt off? I can't.
That's the daddies in the room.
The daddies are
The daddies in
football
the room.
kicking and everything. The daddies are taking belts off. But you know, and that's another issue too, is that women have to understand, that men discipline totally different than women,
Right.
right? So in that, women, as long as he's not killing them, women have to step out the way and let men be fathers.
Yeah.
Right? Because if women don't allow men to be fathers, especially with our boys will never learn at how.
And just a little quick tidbit on that. The other thing you need to do is if you disagree with the discipline,
That's right.
don't do it in
Don't
front
do
of
it
the
in
child.
front of the child.
Have a conversation with the parent
That's right.
or with your significant other outside of the child being there.
That's right.
Because all that does is it leads to a discrepancy and manipulation.
That's right.
That's all that leads to.
And the kid will know that. Believe me.
Yeah.
They'll play
And
you.
and when I disagree with something that my husband does with the kids, I have a conversation with him outside.
That's right.
I don't do it. I might sit there and be like, but I don't say it in
Right.
front of the kids. Afterwards, I'm like, did you have to do that? Or maybe you should have thought about it this way. Did you think about it this way? Like we have a conversation outside of that, but not in front of the kid because
Yeah.
then you're undermining the other parent,
Exactly.
and you don't want to do that.
Right.
You don't want to do that.
Right.
You know, if it's too extreme, then yeah, you want your kid to know I got your back. But
That's right.
at the same time, some conversations you have outwards.
And then if it's too extreme, as the parents, you should be able to have that conversation during your family meeting.
Yeah.
Right? So when you have your family meeting and everybody's there, you know, that's when you guys should be able to talk and say, hey, you know what? I know last week, like, you cut up. You know, how could we have done things differently?
Right.
Or what do you think we should do next time, you know, to get you back on track?
Communication.
Communication is the key in every relationship.
Every relationship.
Every relationship, not just husband and wife, mother and father.
But
It's
even with your kids,
everything.
because even
It's
your young
everything.
kids, I sat down and talked to my son. They have the capability of understanding if you just sat down and rap with
That's
them.
it.
But
That's it. We love this.
yeah, we do. But of course, we got to pay the bills. We got to take a quick break. So we'll be right back on the other side of this break. This is B to the Third Power here on urbanstylemedia.com.
Calling all speakers. B to the Third Power is looking for impactful and innovative speakers, trainers, and business owners to take part in the B to the Third Power Speaker Series. Beginning in March, we will feature and hear from a new speaker each month, highlighting their expertise. For more information, email us at BtoThe3rdPower@gmail.com. That's B3RDPower@gmail.com. Don't miss this opportunity to make your ripple effect in the global community. Elegant 3 Travels presents a summer escape. Join us as we set sail on a 7-night exotic Western Caribbean cruise, July 27th through August the 3rd, 2019, on the Carnival Conquest. Ports include the Grand Cayman Islands, Mahogany Bay, Belize, and Cozumel. For more information, contact Elegant 3 Travels at 240-816-0590. Reserve your suite today and don't miss this exotic Western Caribbean vacation. Global Executive Staffing provides top-level executive staffing to federal and private sector companies globally at the most competitive price. They are experts in coordinating and expediting projects from design to development. Global Executive Staffing is a Department of Veterans Affairs, Center for Veterans, certified service-disabled veteran-owned small business. To connect with Global Executive Staffing, go to www.gestaff.com.
Welcome back to B to the Third Power here on urbanstylemedia.com. We are
just enjoying today.
Yes, we are.
And so as you can see, we did not have any guests on the show. It was awkward at first, but I really got into it after a while.
Did you say awkward?
It was a little awkward at first. Maybe I was just...
You just used to talking to somebody other than me.
Maybe so.
Because she's a talker.
Totally. Totally. I would have kept going on until they came in here and said, wrap up. I would have kept going because I like talking with y'all. But yeah, so next week we're having a guest.
Yes.
Miss Rashida Denise.
Looking forward to
Looking forward to
Yes.
hearing some of her golden nuggets. And she's definitely making power moves as a mom. And I definitely like to hear more of, everything that she's doing. And what else?
Oh, we got a huge show coming up in April. We are doing relationship. Y'all asked for it, and we're doing it. And guess what? We're doing a live studio audience for that show. That means you can come in and ask your questions to our love experts.
And we like if you're single, come out.
Yeah, single, married,
engaged, all of that.
Come check it out. We have relationship therapists coming to do a live Q&A here. So stay tuned for that information. Eventbrite will be coming up, right, for you to be able to join the audience on that.
Yeah, they're so well known that we definitely will be having an Eventbrite because we don't want to overpack the studio. We definitely want to have it nice and comfortable. So once the Eventbrite link is created, make sure that you save your spot because there will not be a lot of spots available for this couple. They are doing big things.
They're doing big things.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to having them.
I know y'all like, when
us.
y'all gonna tell us who it is?
We're not.
You're gonna have to stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Check out our social media.
Think this is.
Yeah. You gotta pay attention.
Right. You have to tune in.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's another thing about tuning in. Of course, you know that all of this is driven by numbers. Okay, let's just be honest. And we would love for you to share this with your friends. Sharing is caring. So share with your family, share with your friends.
Yes.
The big things that Urban Style Media and BtoThe3rdPower are doing. Make sure that you have your friends tune in to our show on Mondays, 7 p.m. on Urban Style Media. And if there's something that you want to see on BtoThe3rdPower, make sure you send us an email. Hit us up on Facebook, BtoThe3rdPower@gmail.com.
Yes.
Because we are definitely interested in doing whatever we can to continue to bring good, positive information to the community.
Absolutely.
And we've definitely had a lot of awesome people
come on with some great information. I mean, great information. And some of our guests, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but you know, they were already doing great things, but they have some wonderful events coming up, like the Muhammad's. The end of the month, they have the women's conference coming up for women entrepreneurs. Come on, you don't want to miss that. So be sure to share information, not just keep it for yourself. Like you said, I love that. Sharing is caring. Because you never know who you may be able to help that needs that information just by sharing our show or sharing the links for our show for other people to catch up. You don't want to, we're not selfish. We share our information because we're helping to build a community and we want you to be successful too. It's not just about us.
It's not.
We want you to be successful.
And if we can help you build your platform, they can come on the show. You know, it's all about building communities. And, you know, we can talk about that offline, about how you can come on the show to help build your platform and build whatever it is that you're working on. We have Black Carpet Productions that actually have plays here in the DC area who are training and building actors, you know what I mean, and actresses. We have had some amazing people come on who are doing amazing things.
Even the young lady Tambra, when she came on, she's doing agriculture. That is so huge, man. Where she's working to bring agriculture and gardening, fresh fruits and vegetables, learning about sustainable foods. That is humongous in this day and time. Hello? They just had another report on the news recently about now monitoring people that think they're safe with eating your fish. There's another issue going on with the fish. Like, you want to know where your food has come from. There are people in our community that's helping you to learn how to eat healthy and access food and water supplies that are safe for you and better for your body.
And this isn't on channel.
No.
Okay.
You may see a glimpse of it, but you're not seeing the people that's really on the ground, these grassroots movements that are making power moves.
And people always ask, you know, sit back on social media, and they always do a lot of talking about what people are not doing. And they're always out to talk bad about our community, let's just be honest. But if you're not involved, you simply just don't know, okay? Because there's too much going on in our community that's positive, that's focused on making sure that we become a better community. Like you said about Tambra, come on now. You know, of course, we need to be addressing this type of stuff and stop harping on all of the negative things that are going on in the community. Start focusing on some of these positive things and these powerful people that we're bringing to you on Be to the Third Power. Walk with us, crawl with us, whatever, and we're all going to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we have some amazing people that are doing amazing things, and there are still more amazing people to come.
Yeah.
Again, sharing information that is vital, I believe that's vital to our communities, regardless of your race. It's vital to our communities. You know, don't miss it. Don't miss it, and don't make someone else miss it because you viewed it and just didn't
Quick to share
it.
fight, but you're not quick to share
Good
positive
information.
And that's where we're trying to bridge that gap.
Right.
Right? Because we're
Absolutely.
quick to share foolishness, and we're quick to share, and no hate, but those chain letters about if you send this to 20 people, like, God loves you. God, if you don't send it,
they
I
took
promise
it,
you that God still loves you. I
Hello?
promise you, He still
My
loves you.
love is not based on me sharing the chain letter.
Sharing
I'm
the
just
chain
saying.
letter. It's not.
We done went from the
Right.
U.S. mail to people now then it went to email.
Oh,
now they
remember
send
when
it
it
through
was in the mail?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
No, just because I don't send your chain letter don't
remember
mean
that.
your chain letter doesn't mean that I don't love God, and just because I don't
Doesn't.
send your chain letter does not mean that I'm not going to be wealthy or prosperous. It just means I decided not to send your chain letter.
Right. Exactly.
And just because I don't send it back to you don't mean I don't love you. It just means I'm not sharing your chain letter.
Yeah, so
Just saying. I hate it.
I tell you what, the next one I send out, I'm going to say, share, Be to the Third Power.
You're going to create your own?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a chain letter, though. It's a ripple effect.
And you'll be blessed with.
Don't.
Okay.
She not going to send that, y'all.
Maybe they'll send it.
No.
They send
No.
that other foolishness.
We just said how we don't like
with
chain
a
letters.
little
Why you
Lucky
want-
Charms Irish little thing at the bottom. What's the little thing?
I am checking out on Sherry right now.
Because I always say something. Okay.
No, you're not going to attach that to us.
Okay.
You're not going to do it. See, you made me go to my good old country roots. You're not about to send that
You're
out
not
to nobody.
about to
You're
send
not
that
about
out
to
to
send that out to
nobody.
nobody.
Cancel
Nope.
that.
No,
That's
ma'am.
not happening.
No, but
yeah.
again, share the information. Sharing is caring. We do have some great, great people that are still in line to come. You don't want to miss them, and you don't want your friends, family, associates, and colleagues to miss out on it either. Share it.
Yes.
That's that.
So we'll look for you to come out to the studio on March the 31st for the
Yes, for the Voice of Class
Class
Act.
Act, Women's
The-
History Month.
Yes, I hope I said that right. If I didn't, I'm sorry, Karen.
And I didn't even try because I knew I was going to mess up.
At least I tried.
But we are definitely looking forward to ladies coming out to the studio on March 31st here at Urban Style Media in Camp Springs, Maryland. If you need any more information, you can always send me a message, or you can go online. Actually, I think the information should be there. The address should at least be on the
Yep.
website.
And you can definitely check our social media accounts because we will have the flyer for the event posted. So
Yeah.
that makes sure you get the information.
So get out here on March 31st, and do not forget to nominate
Yes.
the women for the contest that we're doing for
Nominate
the makeover.
your woman that's making a valuable impact in her community.
That's right. That's making a valuable impact, and we'll announce the winner on our April 1st show.
Absolutely. And it
Yeah.
won't be an April Fool's Day joke.
It
That-
won't be, but
no.
we do have to think of something nice on that day, though. Funny.
You're not pranking me.
Can't-
Love you, though.
I'm a terrible prankster.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Great.
So I don't.
See?
I fall for them every time. I'm such a. But, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and sign out, and I'm so glad you guys joined us today.
Absolutely. Remember, today is a great day to make a difference in the lives of those who are around you. Make a positive impact, y'all, because this is Be to the Third Power, where we are being intentional, bridging gaps, and building community. You all have a wonderful week, and we'll see you back here Monday, 7 p.m. Monday, 7 p.m.
Did she say?
here at BtoThe3rdPower on urbanstylemedia.com. Yep, that was one of my bloopers, but that's okay. You know what time to tune in. We'll see y'all then.